Hello, and welcome to Loose Butthole Reviews.
Hello.
Today we're reviewing Trick or Treat.
Smell my feet, give me something good to eat. That is the moral of this movie, I've learned. And don't diss the dead and just to cover all the rules in one sentence, don't diss Halloween.
Yeah, don't break the rules of don't disrespect Halloween. That's basically what this movie surmises to, which it's a very good. I feel it's the best. But before we get into it, we have to give our number ratings like always. I would give this a 3.5 out of 5.
And before I give mine, I just want to say I didn't hate this movie. Um, but I'd say in just how we do things and how we rate things, I have to give this a 2.5.
Okay.
But it's a high 2.5.
All right, so it's slightly below average for you.
Yes.
And it's slightly above average for me.
Hmm. So not
Uh,
too far off.
so who should go first in explaining their rating?
I'll let you. I think you'll have more to say, and that's honestly one of my reasons.
All right. So well, it the reason why it's slightly above average, I just feel it's a pretty decent Halloween film. Like it's definitely one that should be watched probably every October season, in my opinion. Because it kind of just, to be honest, it establishes the rules of Halloween, even though it doesn't really necessarily give them away. If you really look in, it does require you to kind of look into the background of the creature of Sam after the film, which Sam is the
Hmm.
the little scarecrow dude that's throughout the whole film. He appears and he's the one that
Yeah.
doles out the punishment for those that break one of the rules of Halloween.
They even showed that he's pretty old too, because it showed him in the flashback of the massacre, the bus massacre.
Yeah, it did. It did. It wanted to kind of like
Uh,
explain that he's like the embodiment of the he's like the spirit of Halloween basically. And
Yeah,
that's
and that's one plus I'll give this thing is like visual, like storytelling, and the storytelling in general I had no problem with, and I think is the strongest point of this film.
yeah,
But go
that
on.
I'm not going to lie, the acting does get kind of too campy in certain points, but I don't believe this is supposed to be an outright horror film. I think this is supposed to be more of a Halloween thriller type deal.
I'd agree.
And it just I don't know. I just I love the design of Sam, even the scarecrow, and when his underneath how they made him like a pumpkin man type deal,
Mm.
and kind of gave him kind of an attachment to the Jack o' Lantern lore by giving him a pumpkin head. But it kind of seemed like
Yeah.
he was all pumpkin because pumpkin guts came out of his hand when the dude blew his hand off.
Oh yeah.
And I like how this is an anthology film, but it's technically not because it's more or less a story about Sam on a night of Halloween, basically, and what he has to put up with, and what he does to those that break the rule. Even though I think the punishment's kind of harsh for some of the rules that gets broken.
Oh yeah.
But
But it seemed everyone was kind of uh like like just like a really shallow type of person anyway, so you didn't really feel bad for anybody.
yeah, they definitely didn't have any one character to be an outright all the characters you meet are basic one dimensional. There's a few twists though in the film that kind of what brings it above average for me is really the twists because every story basically has a twist to it.
Mm.
Like, uh, I guess the first one doesn't. I guess the first one really doesn't have a twist to it. She just ends up dying because she breaks the rule of taking down the decorations before November
Oh
1st
yeah,
and stuff like that.
that's a pretty good little theme.
Yeah, that was
I
a
like
nice
that.
little
I mean,
opening.
like the little reveal.
Oh yeah, the reveal is also perfect. And then we go
I
off.
think I even because I think for the first half of the film, like I said three.
Yeah, I think that's what you said, but then we kind of get introduced to the principal, which kind of a weird like human form of Sam because he kind of make tries to make sure in a weird sadistic way that people mind the rules of Halloween. Like he poisons his candy that he gives out
Mhm.
and everything.
And apparently goes around and acts like a vampire.
Yeah, that was the twist to and I like the twist to his story that he's like fostering his son to be like him.
Mhm.
Like I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this movie and they were like, and the son was like, "You gotta help me with the eyes," and they just revealed the kid's head. I was like, "Holy shit!" Like that scene got me.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
I
know what
like.
I'd put you know, it kind of would put this film on par with, though I liked the other one just a tiny bit better than this one, but I'd honestly like not by much. Like I'd put them on equal terms. Is the first VHS.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be a decent one. I would probably rate the first VHS actually a bit higher than this one because it just unnerves me watching that movie so much.
There's only one. There's only one short that I liked in VHS, honestly. But that's honestly what would actually would maybe give it a three because I'd actually watched that whole film just to see that one.
Yeah, like
Was
I
that
said,
blurry
it would
dude?
definitely get higher for me as well because it just
Mm,
it's very unnerving for me. Like the whole premise of finding a bunch of VHS tapes and then if it's, they turn out to be like pseudo uh what's the term for them? Snuff films.
oh, snuff films? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that just always bothered me. Like when, because there was always some abandoned trailers growing up or something. You know, being a kid, you go inside. That was always a
Mm,
worry when we found blank tapes and stuff. Like what was actually on the tapes.
yeah. I mean, if you found something like August uh, what is it? I forget what it's called, like August Underground or some shit like that. Then
Nah,
you'd definitely think that was a
most of
snuff
it
tape.
was usually like a football game taped over or just like
Uh,
some TV special. Like it was nothing. I never found anything crazy like that. But that's why that's what unnerved me about VHS because I kind of had that suspicion as a
mhm.
child, and it just brings up the that feeling again of finally finding a blank VHS tape and not knowing what's on it because you might find
But
something
back to
that
Trick or
scars you
Treat.
for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, yeah. But back to Trick or Treat.
Oh yes. Um, what did you think about the girl story, the group of girls story, the werewolves? Did you like that little twist?
Oh, it was. I didn't like how it was executed.
Oh, really?
uh, I don't know, like maybe this is just me because I feel like I don't know. I just feel like it was I just started cringing really hard. It wasn't out of fear or
Yeah, I get you. I understand. I completely understand. That
I
scene is
didn't
kind of
hate the
brutal to watch.
twist, and it was kind of funny, but I I don't know. It was just the 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 Marilyn Manson playing playing doing and especially doing the Sweet Dreams cover of all of them too was just like so dated and so like that's like one of the
This
safest
movie's from
songs
2000.
too.
Oh, okay, this movie's like
Yeah,
from 2007, 2008. So cut that
and
some.
it shows. It shows hard. In that scene, especially, it just took me out of it like completely, just like out of anything, even if
So
just like the camping fun.
you
I was
do
just
got to
like,
think
oh
like
God.
it's gonna have that mid to early 2000s jank to it.
It's like maybe I'd feel different about this if I was a lot younger. But I saw this scene at 25 and I wasn't impressed.
I actually like the transformation of the werewolves and everything. I found that.
Yeah, I didn't hate the effects, but it just everything else it just ruined it,
Yeah,
and
I
it made
get
it
you. I
more.
get you.
Yeah,
I feel the twist was kind of
too much was happening,
the twist and the transformation is what kind of
and all of a sudden you're like, okay, wait, that's
rewarded me
Wilkins.
enough.
He was the vampire, and Marilyn Manson's playing, and these ladies are taking off their skin now, and they're having sex with them,
No, they're eating
and
them.
yeah, no, I mean it's just like as you're like figuring it out as like all this is happening, and it's like, oh my God, and like they're, I don't know, this is,
They were not have.
this isn't really
It was not a
executed well.
sex
I felt
scene. Do not falsely. It's not a sex scene. There's the only sex scene in it is when dude in the first part is watching the porno. That's literally the only sex scene in this.
they move their bodies sensually as it, it is
Yeah.
an analogy of sex because
Okay.
it's.
Yeah, but
I
it's
mean, you
not a
don't
sex
deny the
scene.
analogy of sex, but it was sexual though.
It
It was
was
sexual in
sexual.
nature.
It is a sexual scene, but there's no sex happening in the scene. I just wanted to clarify that.
And yes, yes. But that is what they're. I didn't. It wasn't in. They didn't do it. They didn't execute it in a cool, sexy way, and it thought it was.
All right.
That was my issue with it. And that was honestly what I said 2.5.
All right. What did you think about the little kid scene at the Rook Quarry? What did you think about their little prank that they
Oh, I
pulled?
like that. That was a kind of fun one, but it was also kind of like okay, I don't really see the point of that.
It
I don't
it
know, like
it was to
I guess they were
introduce
pulling the prank because she was.
it was to introduce the twist
Yeah,
for
I know it was introduced.
your control.
Twist for oh yeah the zombies yeah I gotcha and
Yeah,
for the
the
that
bus driver.
being the driver
Yeah,
yeah
yeah. The last story ends up being the bus driver, and I kind of was upset that they killed him at the end because I thought like Sam was gonna let him live because he learned his lesson and he started obeying the rules of Halloween and stuff. But I guess
well Sam let him live but those kids had some
yeah,
revenge that
I
was
think the
separate
only
from
reason
Sam.
why Sam let him live because he realized those kids were coming for him and he was like, oh well, I don't have to do the punishment myself anymore. Like he didn't have to do the punishment for the principal for killing the innocent people.
I I feel like Sam's just spectating all this shit, and he just wants some fucking candy, and he's gonna kill you if you don't get any candy.
Not, well, it's supposed to be Sam is orchestrating, is making these events happen. To like,
Uh,
he's the embodiment of Halloween, and if you break one of the rules, he's gonna invoke a punishment on you in some way, even if he has to do it directly.
okay.
But
It just
clearly,
seemed like this town was fucked up.
yeah, this, like I said, this is more a story about Sam and just what he has to deal with on a Halloween night. If you really want to say it's a story, but this is really just an anthology film that has loosely about that takes place on Halloween night in a
Yeah,
small town.
that's what I was just like a crazy town and crazy Halloween, and just like kind of a bunch of monsters going about,
Yeah,
and then you know not
but
really being connected, like the vampire dude. And,
yeah, they're loosely connected, and the main connection is Sam. Sam's the reason why all of this is happening.
okay.
Yeah, because he is the one that kills the lady that takes down the decorations. He was gonna
Hmm.
kill the lady. He didn't have to kill the kids because the zombie kids killed them. Same with the old man. He didn't have to worry about the kid knocking the jack o' lanterns down because the principal got him, and he
Hmm.
didn't have to worry about the principal
But
because
even
the
if it is
werewolves got him.
connected, but even if it is connected, it's like still like believable of just like if it was just like all these separate things happening.
Yeah, that it's you don't have to have the connection there, but it's good that
Mm.
you can kind of talk about it. Oh, okay.
Oh
Silence.
yeah, see from the rules. Huh?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no,
You
I
gotta
was waiting for
debate
you
the
to finish
rules.
your sentence. Oh, it sounded like you cut out, so I was waiting for you to finish your sentence. That's why I was silent. Heard it. Then I heard silence, and then I hear you be like silence. Sorry, I'm a little caught off guard. um, the rules, yeah. Debate the rules.
Yeah, it opens up to debate. If you don't know the actual rules of Halloween, it lets you debate on which rules are followed and which ones are broken during this.
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me to debate the rules. I
No,
got it.
no, no.
Okay.
It's quite
um,
the rules are quite
yeah.
definitive.
Yeah, once you explain to me the rules, I saw it all throughout the film.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I don't really. I wish there was like I thought there was a quick flash before the film of the rules, but there's not. You
I
just
mean,
have to
he
look them
he
up.
did explain the guy explained it.
Yeah, kind
The
of.
Wilkins did
He
some
didn't
of it.
explain that he didn't care about hurting innocent people though. Like
Oh yeah.
that's definitely a rule. You're not supposed to hurt innocent people on Halloween.
He was definitely disrespecting the dead by like carving their bodies after too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All right, so we actually went pretty a lot longer than I thought on this. We can end it if you want.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty pooped
All right,
from
so that
drama.
was our review of Trick or Treat. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Definitely should watch this for Halloween.
and I and I say I if you wanted to watch it, you the viewer, and I was like there, I'd probably sit along if it was like on a Halloween, or I might play my Game Boy.
All right. All right. So that was Trick or Treat. If you've been listening this long, thank you. Like, comment on the video what you think about Trick or Treat and what you think about our review, and Share it around. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Ring the notification bell. And this will be bye bye.
Bye bye.